Good afternoon to everyone and welcome to the virtual session for the Inorganic Chemistry 3 course. So dear students, we are just dealing with the certain aspect of the metallurgy. You know that metallurgy is one of the important process. Good afternoon to everyone. So metallurgy is one of the important process which had to be carried out in a way that we should have the effective recovery of metals. So we have been doing certain processes where we used to apply the chemistry so as to obtain the pure metal from the ores. So ores, you know, the minerals from where we can have better chance to obtain the metals. Means the economic consideration has to be looked into when we search for certain minerals to be used as a ore. Okay, so you can have all the minerals, but all the minerals cannot be termed as a ore. Ores are those minerals from which you can beneficially extract the metals, okay, or the elements of your interest. So today we have been in the last lecture doing certain aspect of the hydrometallurgy. Okay, so there was a one process where we have just discussed the recovery of the gold from various expected ores, because gold, you know, is a precious metal, and similarly silver is a precious metal. So these metals are present in ores along with some other metals and elements. So it has to be recovered in a way that you can obtain these metals in an effective way. For that purpose, we have certain specific process. Okay, so that process is known to be a cyanide process. So, dear students, sound is audible to everyone. Just raise your hands whether sound is audible to every. Okay. So, in this pipeline, we have variety of methods which can be explored for extraction of metals. Okay, but when we look into the noble metals and the less reactive metals, we have certain specific processes which used to be applied so as to obtain these metal, just like your gold and silver. Okay, so usually what is happening, gold usually found in very low concentration. Okay, you have the gold which used to present in very low concentration in the form of ore, which where you have specified the mines. Okay, the gold should be separated from the other minerals present in the ores. Okay, so gold is insoluble, it should be separated from other minerals to make it soluble. So if you have a ore and you want to separate out that gold metal from that ore, so being a insoluble component you cannot extract. So first purpose is to make the compound of the gold as a soluble component. Okay, so that it can be detached from the other uh, ore matrix and you can obtain the gold for further processing and purification. Okay, hence here the sodium cyanide can be added. So we used to have a specific compound which known to be a sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide, where cyanide ion form a complex with the molecules of gold, and similarly with the silver also. Okay, so we have just given certain equation regarding this aspect in the previous lecture also. Okay, so I'm just focusing that gold is a very precious metal, but it exists in a very small concentration. Okay, whatever ore we have been exploring, so we are getting a very minute quantity of the gold. Okay, and the problem is that gold is insoluble. So how you will going to separate out from the other ore component? Okay, so it is only possible when you make this insoluble component as a soluble. For that purpose you are using the cyanide compound, that is sodium or potassium cyanide. So these cyanide ions form a complex with the gold molecule, and you can have the separation through leaching. Okay, so when we look into the extraction of the precious metal just like gold and silver, so leaching process is one of the important process in the metallurgy. Okay, so in metallurgy, leaching is taking place just like of a silver and gold. The respective metal is leached with the dilute solution of what? As I have said, that we are exploring the cyanide compounds. Okay, so this gold component which is present as a part of ore is leached with these two component. Either you should have the dilute solution of sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide in the presence of air. Okay, to form the metal in later cases. Okay, so the process of leaching involves the oxidation of metal and silver into their respective ions in the form of soluble complex. Okay, so here you have the formation of the soluble moiety which used to be explored for further processing. So once you obtain the soluble moiety, okay, this soluble moiety is in the form of ions, and then this ion is further reduced to the respective metal, okay, either as a gold or as a silver, depending upon the salt which is formed in the solution when you dilute the ore particle of either gold or silver with the that of the sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide in the presence of air. Okay, so later on, whatever you have obtained as a soluble complex, that will be reduced by a suitable reducing agent. So here we used to explore the zinc metal. Okay, so zinc metal has a greater affinity to reduce the component of this type of the soluble complex, which is either of gold or silver. Okay, so it is having a more electropositive character, which will compel this element to act as a better reducing agent here. Okay, so this process is known to be a cyanide process because we are exploring the compound or using the compound of cyanide for the purpose of extracting the gold and silver. Okay, so this is known to be a extraction of gold through the cyanidation. This is known by cyanidation means you are making soluble compound with the addition of sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide. So basically this process involves three basic steps. Okay, so first, in the first step, the finely ground ore is contacted with the solution of the cyanide. It may be sodium or potassium cyanide. In the second step, involve the separation of solid from the clear cut solution. Okay, because once you have the solution formation, so your gold will be soluble, then there will be certain other insoluble component that has to be removed. Okay, so there will be a separation process. And the third step involves the recovery of the precious metal from the solution by precipitation with the zinc dust. Okay, so here the reduction is taking place, and as a result of that, the precious metal will precipitate down in the presence of the reducing agent, that is zinc dust. Okay, so zinc dust is acting as a reducing agent here. So these are the basic three steps you will have in case of the cyanide process when you extract the metal, just like you have the gold ore or the silver ore. So these metallic substances, metals, are not soluble. Okay, so they remain insoluble along with the another component of the ore, so it is difficult to extract that. So that is why we are using the dilute solution of sodium cyanide or the potassium cyanide. So this process is known to be a cyanide process. Okay, So you can see these are the these are the steps which involves and which I have discussed in the previous slide. Okay, so this is a block diagram which indicates how you have different components which involves in this process. Starting from the site where you have the gold mine, you will pick up the ore component, and then it will undergo certain processes, which is these processes are already known to you, that how the crushing of the ore will take place, and then there is a separation of the gangu particles, and later on, which we are now discussing, that we are just going through this leaching process. So here you will have the addition of sodium cyanide with the gold ore particles. Okay, and later on these are the some other processes which involves, and this is the air which we are talking about, because this whole process is taking place in the presence of air. Okay, so this is the scheme which reflect what are the different components involved in the cyanide process, which is the extraction of gold through the cyanidation. Okay, so you can have all these aspect in your mind. Okay, so when we look into the processes, as I have explained also. So first, ore is grounded and crushed. If ore contain gold, has some form of the metals or any kind of sulfide minerals, then it require additional kind of treatment before going through the process of leaching. So what I want to say, that ore may have certain other component which may not be expected by us. Okay, so if you get certain information regarding the presence of certain other uh, component, then you have to carry out some additional treatment before you move into next step, that is leaching. Okay, so gold is mixed after having the process, after having the better information regarding the component of the ore, and followed by certain additional steps, you can go for the leaching aspect for the extraction. Okay, so gold, after whole this process, during the leaching aspect, the gold is mixed with the sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide. Okay, and there will be a soluble solution formation of gold. Okay, so now gold is in the soluble form. Okay, so this process is known as leaching. In this process, the dilute form of sodium cyanide is added to the ore containing gold, and soluble gold particle complex is formed. Okay, it is free to move through the membrane while the rest of the ore cannot passes through the membrane. Okay, so you have added the lime is added to sodium cyanide to make them. So we used to add lime in order to adjust the pH above neutral value around 10 to 11, so as to favor the reactant and bring them to the equilibrium. So this is maintained for the purpose of getting the desirable direction for the reaction. Okay, so ultimately the slurry form is treated with the active, that is zinc dust, or the carbon for the extraction of gold. Okay, so you can have the situation where you can obtain the gold. Cementation is the next process which involves the use of electrode, that is zinc electrode, with the paste of carbon immersed in the solution containing the gold cyanide complex. So once you have this one, so you can have the electrode system where the electrode will decide that what at what place there will be reduction and at what place there will be oxidation. Okay, so this is the whole aspect you can have regard cyanide process. So you have seen the equations. Suppose this is your metal which is present in the ore, then you added the potassium cyanide or sodium cyanide in the presence of water and oxygen. There is a formation of cyanide complex, and this complex is not simple but a soluble complex, and this is a insoluble okay. So this is happening. Okay, so metal may be here silver or it may be gold. Okay, so once this soluble component is formed, which we have discussed in the last slide, then there will be reduction through this zinc dust, and this will going to replace the metal from its cyanide complex. So this will be a zinc cyanide complex, and there will be a reduction of metal ion into metal. Okay. So these are the metals in which we are interested. Okay. So basically the cyanide process is applicable for the extraction of gold and silver. Okay. So as I have explained that you have the electrode system. Okay. So this is your reaction which is taking place at anode. This get reduced and the silver is formed. Okay, similarly you can have the situation for the gold also. So okay, this is for gold, sorry. Similarly you can have the situation for silver also. Okay, so gold is thus reduced by gaining or by decrease in the oxidation number. Similarly, you will have another reaction at anode surface where this zinc, okay, it will get oxidized to form this zinc hydroxide, okay, with the loss of electrons. So this zinc, once it is formed, react with the cyanide compound, cyanides present in the solution to form this complex. Okay. So the remaining cyanide in the tail ring will be collected and can be further used for the leaching aspect. So this is how you can have the reactions where certain amount of the situation appear to occur, and then the whole aspect is regarding the process how there is a reduction which will reduce the metal ion present in the solution to obtain the final pure metal. Okay, so you can have these reactions. So you can see, if instead of putting M you can put separately, this is the gold present in the ore. It combined with the cyanide in the presence of water and oxygen, and there is a formation of this cyanide complex. Okay, so you can see this is formed. So in the presence of zinc dust, it is going to reduce this, and this ion will be liberated through the reduction, and you will obtain the gold in the solid form. So here this reaction involves the use of zinc as a reducing agent. Okay, so this is happening when we look into the extraction of gold. Okay, so similar oxidation you can have for the silver ores also. Okay, silver is insoluble, but when it comes in contact with the cyanide, there is a formation of this complex which is soluble complex. This is soluble complex here. Okay, and further once the soluble complex is formed, it come in contact with the zinc dust and you have the liberation of silver. Okay, so this process is known as a cyanide process developed by Mark Arthur Foster. So he is the scientist behind the development of this extraction methodology. So this is one of the topic in your syllabus, which we have although discussed in a very short manner in the previous lecture. Okay, so I'm just explaining the same aspect today because this is important, and you should know what are the different metals which can be extracted by the use of this cyanide process. Okay, so why we are using cyanide compound? Because of the simple factor that gold is present, or gold or silver is present as a part of a ore, and all those components are insoluble. So extraction become difficult. For that purpose you have to have some suitable reagent which can form the cyanide soluble complex. Okay, so this is a metal cyanide soluble complex, which later on come in contact with the zinc dust, and zinc is acting as a reducing agent. It will liberate the metal, precious metal, from the soluble metal sphere and form the metal, and that metal is precious, whereas the zinc is acting as a reducing agent. So in this fashion you can have the separation or extraction of this these two precious metals. Okay, so now looking into the different aspect of the metallurgy, you can have the metal, and metal once obtained may not be a pure metal. Okay, so we used to call it a crude metal. Okay, it may have certain additional component, maybe in a very minute level, but it seems to be that we cannot use such metals for certain specific applications where the purity is of a paramount importance. So in such cases, the refining has to be applied. You must apply the refining method so as to obtain the extra pure metallic metals, which can be used in different segment, just like the use of certain metal as a semiconductors, where the purity is of a paramount importance. Okay, so before moving to the next aspect, I'm launching one cool question. Which of the so this is your cool question. So which of the following metal cannot be extracted by cyanide process? Okay, so we have been discussing certain precious metal which supposed to be present in certain ores in minute quantity, but their separation, but their extraction is big problem, because there are some additional component which supposed to be present in the ores. Okay, so segregation of such a precious metal become a big challenge. Okay, so in order to tackle this problem, we have to have certain reagent, just like your sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide. So once you have acquired this type of the reagent, it can react with the precious metal and solubilize that metal. So you will have a soluble metallic ion complex, okay, which later on can be reduced by the use of zinc dust, and you will get the precipitate of that particular precious metal. Okay, so if you look into the question, the correct option is the first. You cannot apply this method for the extraction of platinum. We usually see that this is a most conducive methodology which can be explored for the purpose of extraction of what? Of silver and gold. Okay, so these are the two important metals which we have. So the first option is the correct answer for the given pool question. Okay, so when you look into the metallurgy, so you have seen that we have wide range of the processes which can be explored for the refining of the metal. Okay, because the metallurgy aspect is important. The ultimate purpose is to obtain the pure metal. So we started from ores. Okay, So ores undergo various metallurgical processes and ultimately we are obtaining a crude metal. Okay, but in certain applications crude metal can be used, but in certain application we require the extra pure metal. Okay, so there you have to have certain processes, and that process is known as a refining of metal. Okay, how you can purify the metal from the crude metallic state. Okay, because we have a wide range of trace elements in the crude metal, so you have to have certain process which should be applied, and that process should be in a way which can eliminate those impurities from the crude matter. Okay, so that process is only possible when you have a suitable purification methodology. So in this lineup, you have the next step, which usually we have the purification of elements or metals. Okay, if you have metals, so you can purify metals through various processes. But if you look into the broad aspect, you can purify the elements. So there are certain processes which can be applied. Okay, you have the fusion process, distillation, and crystallization. Okay, this is the one method or methodology. So it depends upon the type of the metal you have. Okay, so the process will vary metal to metal. Okay, you cannot expect same process for all types of metals or elements. Okay, it depends on its nature, its oxidative behavior, and certain other characteristics. Okay, so you can have fusion, distillation, and crystallization. Similarly, you can see from this that we have wide range of the species which can be undergo purification process through fusion, distillation, and crystallization. Similarly, we have another aspect which we can explore. There is a oxidative refining, how you can refine the crude matter. Okay, so when we have the impurities which has more affinity for the oxygen than the metal, then we can think of the process that is the oxidative refining. Okay, suppose you have one metal and that metal has certain impurities, and those impurities has certain you can say higher affinity for oxygen, then you can apply the oxidative refining. Just like your pig iron contain carbon, silicon, phosphorus, manganese. Okay, which can be purified by blow earing. Okay, because these impurities has higher tendency for the oxidation. Okay, so you have a specific arrangement in the metallurgy, just like we have the Bismarck converter, which is used for the pig iron. Okay, so these impurity will going to form these oxides easily. Okay, so you can expect that your metal is going to be pure because most plausible or possible impurities has been converted into oxides. Okay, so this is appear only when the impurities has much higher sensitivity towards the oxidation as compared to the metal. Okay, so in those cases you can expect the oxidative refining. So there is a thermal decomposition also. We have certain other methods where we gradually apply the thermal aspect. Means we will just going to heat up the solution or heat up the matter or the metal which is in a crude form, and you can purify accordingly the metal. Okay, so you can have molds process for the purification of iron and zinc. You have Van Arkel process. Okay, this is going to be purification of zirconium and another is titanium. Okay, so there are other compounds also which is produced from the decomposition, thermal decomposition. Okay, So the fourth, you can have the metal purification by zone refining. This is a refinement of pure metal, just like silicon, or you can have the situation where you can obtain the extra pure silicon. Okay, so impurities are more soluble in the liquid phase as compared to the solid phase. Okay, so zone refining is based on the solubility of the impurities, okay, which has higher tendency to get solubilized in the liquid phase rather than in solid phase. So this is the basis of the zone refining process for purified, for obtaining the purified metal. Okay, in addition to these methods, you can have wide range of other methodology. You have the electrolytic refining process. Okay, we are going to explore the electrolysis process. You have the chromatographic methods. Okay, you can have the solvent extraction method. You can have the ion exchange methods. So these are some of the prominent methods which are also explored in addition to above listed methods. Okay, so you can have a range of the methodology which can be applied so as to purify the metals. So base will be different, base of the method which we are using that may be varied. Okay, but you will have certainly the possibility and the variety which you can explore for the purification of these metals. So when you look into the methodology which is mentioned in your syllabus, that is vapor phase refining. Okay, so when you look into the refining process, so one of the important methodology is the vapor phase refining. So in this refining, the purifying metal, the basic purpose is to purify the metal, whereas the impure metal, how you can proceed for this methodology or process. So first you will have the crude metal, or you can say the impure metal. It is going to be heated. Okay, so metal is heated with the specific reagent that produce a suitable volatile compound as a product. Okay, so what you are going to have, first you are going to have the impure metal, and you are heating that metal in the presence or in contact with the suitable reagent. Okay, so because of this, there is a formation of volatile compound as a product. Okay, so the volatile compound is heated strongly, which undergo decomposition and reproduce again the pure matter. Okay, so you have initially formation of volatile compound and then its decomposition. Okay, so these methods are thermal decomposition methods for the extraction of metal ions. Okay, of extra pure purity. Okay, so it involves two steps. First you have to have heating, then decomposition, but the metal should have basic requirement. You cannot apply any metal for the purification by this process. You have to have certain important aspect when we look into the uh, basic requirement for this method. Okay, so first method should form the volatile compound. Okay, when it has suitable reagent at the elevated temperature. Okay, so you have to have metal which have that particular characteristics, that it should form certain compounds of its metal which should have the volatility in its behavior. Okay, when it come in contact with certain suitable reagent, only then you can expect the thermal decomposition of the volatile compound, and you will obtain the respective or the concerned metal ion. Okay, so once you have this condition is satisfied, second condition, the volatile compound should be easily decomposable. Okay, so in certain cases it has been found that once volatile compound is formed, but its decomposition is big challenge. Okay, So you have to have the precise information regarding the volatile nature of the compound from the concerned metal and the decomposition information that should pertaining to that of the volatile compound. Okay, because our purpose is to obtain the metal in extra pure state. Okay, so first volatile compound formation, in the second step there is a decomposition of volatile compound. So these two characteristics should be with the metal ion from which we are extracting the extra pure metal. Okay, so it should be satisfied, only then you supposed to proceed by this method. Okay, so you can just look into the simple. One second. So this was a little bit. So you can have the process just like this one. When Herkel de Bory process, this method is very useful for removing all the oxygen and nitrogen present in the metal, just like zirconium and titanium. Okay, so what is happening here? So this is using a process of refining. So the impure zirconium and titanium is heated in a evacuated vessel with the iodine. So this is the suitable reagent. Okay, so this is a type of the vapor phase or refining process where you are exploring the suitable reagent. Okay, so when this iodine is going to react with these two metals which is in impure form, so they are supposed to form the volatile compound, that is zirconium iodide and titanium iodide. Okay, so these are the products. So volatile compound is again heated strongly over a tungsten filament to give the pure metals as the zirconium and titanium, and the pure metal is thus deposited on the filaments. Okay, means you have the formation of these two compounds. This is your impure metal zirconium. So in the presence of suitable reagent, that is iodine, at elevated temperature at 595 degrees Celsius, there is a formation of zirconium tetraiodide. Okay, so this compound is a volatile compound. Okay, and further heating up to high temperature around 100 1800 degrees Celsius, this compound is going to decompose. Okay, with the evolution of the iodine and liberation of solid pure zirconium. Okay, so there is a formation of the pure metal. Okay, so this is your crude metal, this is extra pure metal. So it has limited, it has eliminated the impurities from the crude metal. Similarly, you can have the impure titanium in a similar fashion. It has a suitable reagent which react at elevated temperature around 250 degrees Celsius to form this titanium tetraiodide. So this is a volatile compound, and further heating will decompose this compound to form the metal along with the liberation of iodine. So this is how you can have the uh, refining process where the metal are going to form the volatile compound, and later on this volatile compound is going to decompose to liberate these specific extra pure metals. Okay, so you can have such reactions which clearly indicate that we have wide range of the methodologies which can be explored for the purpose of refining of metals. So some of we have discussed today. So now coming to the cool questions. So this is your pool question. So we have discussed the different aspect of the purification of elements. So one of them is the oxidative refining, where the impurities has higher affinity for oxidation as compared to the matter from which we are extracting. So you expect the way the metal or the elements can be exploring this refining technique so as to obtain the pure metals, okay, or pure elements. So I am going to close the pool now. The correct answer is the first option, okay. Another pool question. So this is your another pool question. Just wait, I'm pulling the questions. So respond to the given pool question. So the correct answer is the first option. Okay, you have to have the important compound which is supposed to form the volatile complex or compound with the metal, impure metal. So this is only possible when you have the iodine and we have the metal just like zirconium and titanium. So these metals are required in number of the industrial sectors. So you have to have the need, and because of that we require this metal. So this metal required in an extra pure state. For that purpose, you have to eliminate certain impurities from the metal. Okay, so that is the process. So dear students, this is all for today. We will have a lecture next day. So try to finish your assignments, graded task as per the date mentioned. So thank you to all of you.